It is Sceptile season, some are telling me. Whether my sources are accurate, we will have to see. Trying this Sceptile Magneton team I found. Built by a giraffe. And it's an intriguing idea. Sceptile Magneton, I wouldn't have thought of that, but it's interesting. I mean, when you think about it, Skarmory is a pretty bad matchup for Septile, isn't it? What with its grass resistance and all. Thunder Punch is barely affecting it. Plus they got Drill Peck. Oh, Drillium. Can you guys hear Drillium? I swear to goodness gracious. Can we... At all hours of the day we got to drill? All hours of the day we must drill? Is there ever a non-drilling moment in Chinese society? It's drilling all the time over here, I'm telling you. There's a brief reprieve from the drilling and then it begins again anew, and then I can scarcely... I hope you can't hear it very well. That's my only hope, is that you can't hear it very well. It is faint, but it's louder for me, and it's making me go a bit crazy. I feel as if inside of my head is a little excadrill constantly drilling into my brain. He says. That's how he sounds. I need him to shut up. I want him to be quiet. I'd like for him to cut that out if he may. Okay. Explode happened, and I took it on Swampert. That could be bad. They could have a Sif. But I lived to tell the tale. Swampert's living. Swampert is alive. Asynchronous? What do you have to say about this Asynchronous, fellas? I miss the old gym, and many have said so. I miss the old gym. All you need to know about me is that I'm me no matter whether I'm old or new, okay? There's old gym, there's new gym. They're the same person, you doofus. They are the same person. Hydro Pump was a middle ground click right there. That was intelligence. I'm gonna pay the price for getting my rock resist chipped down so significantly. Could there be a damnable Sif on this team? Could there be? I'm gonna go to Sceptile. If there was ever a time for it, it's now. If ever there was a time for it, it's now. With speed, the threat of a grass move, and there is indeed a Sif. I think I'm two-shotting this. You're making sand. I got my Papaya Berry overgrow and such. I'm overgrowing. I got Endeavor. We got things to speak of. Septile might just have more value than you ever imagined. Ooh. Dare I sub here? I think that I'm inclined somewhat to do it. Okay. Are you going to preserve Sif? I have my Petaya. I can Endeavor something, unless they have a speedier fella. I don't think there's an Aerial in this. But there could be, I suppose. There could be an Aerodactyl. I love how sincere and happy Shabuzi is here, says one individual in my chat box. I'm intrigued by that statement, and I think that there's something to glean from words like that. There's gleanables there. Wow, a big Endeavor on Swampert. I am, of course, threatening Grass move to end its career. I'm going to go for HP Ice, which also hits Zap, and wouldn't you know it, this Septile is getting beautiful. Beautiful value. Honestly, I'm inclined for a Leaf Blade. I think they might try to go to Suicune. They didn't, but the idea was similar regardless. Septile just did so much. Holy. Septile got rid of Sif completely. Got rid of Swampert and put Zapdos on 28. Can you ask for more? Can you ask for much more? I don't think so. I think Mag actually comes in here, and there's Rest Mag, which I don't often use. But if they have another ground type, they better send it out now. And it better be good. I might have some trouble against the Suicune in an endgame scenario. It is offensive Suicune, though, it would seem. So not all is bad. Drillium has shut up his drills. He has packed up his computers. He has packed up his van. I've dodged one of the Hydro Pumps clicked this battle. And I have HP Ice, actually. Which is auspicious, possibly. Okay, well, this is intriguing. Do I win? Can Gara get there? I'm not entirely certain. Should I first go for a Fire Blast miss on Metagross and go for the Explode? I think that's optimal. It's just an extra chance to win. And then they clearly would have HP Grass. I'm going to go to Metagross and click Explode. If they miss Fire Blast, I win. Just one extra chance to win. Why not go for it? A Gyara should 1v1 this. It seems likely. I think after DD I outrun. Certainly I do. And we're adamant we have Return, which will 2-hit. They're going to have to 2-hit with Declaw, which... Do they? Do they 2-hit with Declaw? No. They don't. And luckily I'm Return and not Double Edge, which actually is saving my skin here. If I was Double Edge, I wouldn't be able to... I would recoil myself and die in the sand. But I'm not that, and I have Return, and we win. Huge moment for Sceptile Nation. Sceptile was great right there. What does the Asynchronous have to say? I believe the opposing player has made an over-prediction which Jimothy can now exploit. Says the live viewer, who is actually asynchronous. So they're from the past, but they're... That's fine. Things happen, and it's like Pulp Fiction. It's told out of order. The story is told out of order. You start with the beginning and you begin with the end. You start with the end. I'm going to Leech Seed this fella, and I think that now this is dangerous because, of course, this fella's going to go ahead and hit me with Ice Beam, aren't they? I can Calm Mind up and... Have they got a Roar? I hope not. Well, if they have Roar, they would only have Surf as a move, and that's sort of good for me. So I'm not too miffed, I suppose. This... I forced them out even. Okay. I don't know if they had Ice Beam. I don't know if they had a Roar. Or maybe they just wanted to get out of there. Either way, we've dealt with that problem, and now Metagross is gearing for an Explosion. Which is certainly something to ponder. I think I'll just go to Metagross. If they explode, it was banned Explode, and they trade it with my Metagross. I still have a full health Swampert if they have a Sif or other such fellas. I'm gonna go... Well, Celebi seems alright against Suicune, and then what do I think we're playing against here? They could have a Salamence. Septile, there's something to be said for Septile right here. I'm gonna go to Septile. Claydol. Oh. Claydol is... I'm gonna throw out a substitute and see where we... Oh, wow, they went for an Explosion, and they have perished immediately. That was a dreadful trade. You think there's a Sif here? Somehow I doubt it. I think an Endeavor is about to go ballistic against this Snorlax. I think an Endeavor is exactly what the doctor ordered. Okay, will they let me do it? I'm not entirely certain. Well, Snorlax doesn't have any phasing mechanic, so that's fine. I can just actually even Leaf Blade rather than Endeavor here. Sub down to my 1 health. And then Endeavor the guy from there. And then that's huge for me. You're dead. Well, you're on death's door. And I think I go to Celebi and I click Psychic to do the final. That seems smart. Snorlax traded with, effectively, from Sceptile. And Sceptile also baited an Explosion from Claydol, which resulted in its early demise. Which is good for Jim. Now, Raikou's Sif is kind of a bad one, because we don't exactly have the greatest matchup against this right now. If it has HP Grass, it of course defeats Swampert. If it has HP Ice, it of course defeats Celebi. I think we're going to have to go for a Calm Mind War, and there's not much else to do. Gyra, of course, dies. Mag would live some stuff, but it can't really get through, because they would likely have Substitute. I'm hoping that this is... Roar. I want to go for Leech Seed right here. Never mind. If it was Roar, I would have clicked Roar. So now I know that it's not Roar, at least. Leech Seed covered if it was Roar. Because if it was Roar, I would have lost. In this scenario, I'm going to have to just rely on good old Psychic, which is better damage than they can do. But they have Pressure Stall, which is awkward. I don't know if they can Pressure Stall all my attacks. I mean, that's a lot of attacks. And I'm doing way more damage. Yeah, I think I'm great here. I think I'm great. I think I'm just fine. And that's a forfeiture. That 1v1 worked out fine, and we have triumphed. Couple of wins for Sceptile Sif. Is asynchronous chat real? Says one asynchronous chatter. Will you have just answered your own question by being part of it? It's very real and you're in it, buddy. It's very real and you're right there in it. You are right there in it. The asynchronous chat is me. You are an extension of me. And by being a part of me, you have evolved beyond. I'm going to throw out a Leech Seed. Oh? BP out with a Leech Seed on you. So you're going to pass the Leech Seed on to your next generation, to Meta. This is going to blow up again. Not again, but... Right, it could blow up. It could blow up. I'm going to go Meta. Meteor Mash was selected. Actually... I'm inclined to Rock Slide here, actually. I think Rock Slide's a good move, because they could go Zap. They could easily go Zap. Because I would click Earthquake, or I would... Okay. Well, I've given away that I have Rock Slide, which is possibly bad, but it was okay. It didn't result in much... not much happened to me. I live on to see another day. I'm going to go Gara here, because I Speam on the Celebi's possible. This would appear to be... This would seem to be Endeavor Swampert. What if I dance in the guy's face? And then I go for Return right here. Dance again I'm frightened of because Zap could come in right now. But if I Return, I threaten the 2-hit on Zap as it comes in. Which is what I'm gearing for. Maybe they play around such a thing. Now what? I'll dance it. Maybe... No, I'll Return. I don't know if they even... Are they even aware that the Zap checks this effectively? Maybe they're not. I'll go for the Return regardless. Seems good. Does it do 61? It is a weaker Swampert, so it's possible. I believe I am speedier as well, yeah. We'll click it again. And there we are. And there's Meta coming in. Why isn't Zap coming in? Don't I KO? Why aren't you going to the guy that is the best Gara check in the game? Why the heck are you never going Zap? I think I do 76. I'm 574 attack. That was Doofus level, man. You have his entire Zapdos. Do you think I have HP Rock? It wouldn't kill anyway, I don't think. It wouldn't kill anyway, man. You got... Electric beats water flying. This is... Little Timmy knows this one. The things I would do to be featured in the asynchronous chat. Well, you did literally nothing and you're there. You did nothing and you've managed to find yourself there regardless. Now you're going Zap. Now you've gone and you've figured it out. T-Wave was selected there. Yeah, would Sub be last move? No, Thunderbolt most certainly is last move. We'll throw out a Leech Seed, which is very free. There's a little downside to a Leech Seed here. Smeargle. Well, I'm sort of glad to be parried, because then I can't be put to bed, can I? What if I go Sceptile, because it's speedier? They wouldn't click Spore right here, would they? I'm gonna Sub. I could have also Psychicked, but I was parried. I'm frightened of the... And also Smeargle lives and threatens a Boom after, which is a little bit awkward. Well, you would really need Sif to stop this Sceptile from destroying your life, I think. Without Sif, I think that you're in a world of hurt. HP Ice you have, or... One moment. Hidden Power... No, you have Hidden Power Grass, which is not going to help you very much. Okay, Mind Game here, and they lost the Mind Game. They didn't T-Wave me, and now I am threatening... Much of your life. I think Leaf Blade Overgrow +1 would KO this. Just based on vibes, I believe that to be true. I got the crit anyway. Maybe it didn't. Arrow is here, and Arrow certainly gets me, but it's quite alright. That's quite okay, man. I might be sold on the Endeavor Sceptile idea. This is pretty good. It applies good pressure. It's a little awkward because you have to be Pataya Overgrow to do stuff, but it actually does get like an Endeavor and one good hit in there, dude. Grass typing's kind of nice against like a Zapdos set like that. That was awkward for them. They went for the HP Fly. Now, right here, would +2 HP Ghost KO Arrow? I think it would not. So I probably am going Meta here. I think I'm probably going to Metagross here. And you could click Earthquake just because it's accurate. And it hits Smeagol. But Mash has high reward as well. Mash is probably the click. Didn't miss. I could have missed Mash there. I was sort of right to prefer Earthquake as an option, but I wanted to Mash regardless. Well, this is... I'm going to use Swampert for this, maybe. No, why don't you just... This is interesting. What kind of Swampert am I looking at? Because I have... Yeah, we actually got Mixed Bulk Swampert. Interesting Swampert set. Well... I'm frightened of a Mash miss right here screwing me as this DD's up and I get screwed. So I'm going to just Earthquake. And do I live a +1 EQ? We'll see. I got an entire Swampert for this arrow, so I'm not too worried. Yep. And that's just fine. And I played it correctly, I think. I could have been even safer by Earthquaking on the turn here instead of opening up a Mash miss possibility. But quaking there was correct, it would seem. I'm going to click Explode. Which KOs as well. And wouldn't you know it, it's impossible to lose. Sif lead. Well, they could be mixed, which would be a bit of a disaster, but I'm going to throw out an Earthquake anyway. I'm going to just throw it out there. Something to be said about. I don't like switching out ever. A simple Earthquake scares out many Sifs. It would have to be a particular Sif to threaten me in that event. They get their chip, I get my chip, and we both go our separate ways. I have a Metagross in the back for the arrow if there is one. So that if they're mixed, they're not DD Mega Doo-Doo, meaning that I am not in mega danger. That's a weird wizard. Who's an adversary? Will they let me chat? Hello. They won't let me chat. They won't let me. But regardless, I say hello. In real life, I'm saying hello to you. I hope you'll accept my hello. Giraffe, you gotta put Thunderbolt as the first move. I'm sorry to tell you, it just has to be done because that's the law of the land. It must be the way. I almost clicked Rest at full HP like a bozo. And it was your fault, Giraffe, for putting Rest at the first... You put the moves in order of most clicked, I would think. Thunderbolt third is crazy work. Ah! I should have maybe played around that, but... Mag dying after eliminating Scum's not the end of the world. Also, I have Rest Mag, which is kind of good here much of the time. Also, I missed Toxic, which is pretty bad. So many things went wrong there. So I don't think you can blame me too much for how that went. Swampert, Flamethrower, Blissey, I think usually would carry Toxic, or they are very likely to. So Swampert is a bit of a frightening thought. I don't want to get... Boy, do I don't want to get hit by a damned Toxic on my guy that has no Refresh or Rest. I think Metagross is probably the move here. And I'm thinking there's likely to be a Swampert in the back for them, of course. It looks like Big 5. Looks to be Big 5. But I don't think they would Ice Beam right away, and I can go Celebi fairly well. And here I'm going to Leech Seed, which I believe to be smart. You can also Giga is not too bad of a move. It would cover the Stay In at Ice Beam move from them, but so does that Leech Seed is also fine there. This is Zap, and you know, it would seem I'm speedier, which is good to know. I might Carmine up here, man. Okay, well, what kind of Sif are you? Like, tell me about yourself. Like, what sort of Sif are you? Are you mixed Sif? You're probably just physical. You know, I'm going to go to Swampert. Yep, it's physical. I'm going to throw out a Toxic here. Seems like the best move. They don't stay, you probably, and just jam themselves into a Swampert. That's suicide. That would not be good. Is Reginald a Sif, says Asynchronous Chatter. I'm French, and Reginald doesn't sound very French. No, I don't think Reginald is a Sif. Good question, though. Good question. Oh, of course, there's a Gungway. It is Big 5 after all. Yeah, don't think that's a Sif. I think that there's like a Sif distinction to be made, and then Reginald is no Sif. Reginald's a whole different beast. But he's dancing, and they say that he will never stop dancing, says one chatter. Well, we find ourselves at an impasse, folks. I'm going to probably go to Celebi and take this Wisp. It's a bit awkward, though. We can't lie. I think Sif is probably the best switch for them. They could taunt me, maybe. Clicking Psychic feels very dangerous. Will-O-Wisp taunt, Will-O-Wisp explosion. They might explode. I'm gonna go meta. Is going meta a crazy move? I think there's something to be said for going to meta here. I think there's something to be said for this. By the way, if I had water move, I would click it in that position and just take the Wisp. I think there's something to be said for going meta. Yeah, this was... My logic was they're either clicking Ice Punch or they're going Sif are the two moves probably most likely there. Or they're clicking Taunt or Explosion, actually, are the other options. Meta covers all of that pretty nicely. It covers the Go Sif, Ice Punch, Taunt, and Explode all at once. And right here, I would think that Swampert is coming in. So I could actually Explode. It's not super imperative, though. Because eliminating Swampert doesn't win me the battle or anything like that. It's interesting. We could go to Septile and just try to just brute force our way through some fellas, but my issue with the Gengway kind of stops it pretty elegantly. Because Gengway resists grass, can't be hit by Endeavor. I can stomach HP Ice also. You know what? My Gara HP Ghost Bait might be the way to go here. Oh, you go straight to Zap. That's bad for me. That's bad news for me. That's no good. I was thinking they go Swampert, actually, but Zap makes sense there, too. I wish I chipped this a bit. It would be very useful for my potential Gara sweep, wouldn't it? If I were to mash this even, it would be nice. I think they would be in return range. Well, we're going Celeb. Okay, well, while I'm here, I'm going to throw out a Rock Slide. I think, would they... just T-Bolt me? There's something... They might just T-Bolt me, because they were eager to go here against me. This was their switch in. So they might stay and T-Bolt me just to chip me down to get rid of a Sif check, you know? That could be their plan. Yes, they do, and I accept that to chip your Zap, which I think is more valuable for me because it allows Gara to sweep later. Now you're dead to a return. And I think that Gara is going to be great at baiting in Gengway, who are probably defensive. In comes Swampert now. And I'm going Gara. And we're going to try to initiate the plan. I think we initiate the plan here. Nice poker move, is Brainiac. You can't call me a Brainiac. Sarcastically, that's very, very rude. I consider that to be an insult. Ooh. Ooh. Oh dear. You just can't do that to me. You just can't do that to me and get away with it, man. You know who would actually check Sif is, check good dose is Sif. The bait is in effect, folks. We've done it. The HP Ghost. We love HP Ghost Gyarados for this purpose. It baits in defensive Gengway, who lives full HP Fly, but not Ghost. Not a Ghost. No. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? You know, Septile can clean up this endgame. But it's awkward because Sand is up. I'm not sure. The Protect with Sand up is a fright. It's certainly a fright. But I am inclined here to click Return. Flamethrower, Soft-Boiled, Ice Beam. And then it's a question mark. Is it Toxic or is it Thunder Wave? This is what the world is wondering. You know, Gara is sort of... I think you just return. I think you do just return. And we dodged a Toxic. To be honest, I was Toxic was the one I was most down to take. Being just totally real with you. I think a poisoned Gara still does a lot of damage here and allows for an easy cleanup for the rest of my fellas. So that's just fine by me. That is just fine by me. I think you could honestly preserve Gara here, as crazy as that sounds. You could just go to Swampert and you're probably fine. Gara, on the other hand, could be useful later. I think we just go to swamp it. And I'm probably clicking Toxic because it covers everything. Yes, Zap included. And boy, do I think Sceptile comes in here pretty cleanly. Oh? It's Rest Zap. I sort of knew that because Celebi was faster, wasn't it? It's Talk, Rest Zap. So it has only... It has only Thunderbolt as its only move. Well, I'm going to go Celebi and... Well, I'm going to just chip this down with HP Ice. If they rest again, I can Endeavor. This is sort of awkward. Rest Zap is a pretty good thing for the endgame here, but it shouldn't... This layer is also doing a lot of heavy lifting for them, but... Asynchronous chat probably says how to find Shabuzi, which is pretty a smart thing to say in this position. In this situation. Well, I think actually Overgrow Leaf Blade gets this, and would cover the 2 switch outs too. So I'm going to click it. I think it does 39. Zapdos... Electro doesn't resist grass, right? No. Just 1 times resist grass, so... This should be more than enough. Wait, what? I'm literally... I don't know mathematics. Am I doofus level? Am I doofus level gamer? I may have just thrown the whole battle right there. No, it's just a... I have Overgrow and +1. I just thought that was... That makes up for the... As if Hidden Power is still more. I guess it would be. Because it's super effective. Man, that's crazy. What the hell? I also really... I didn't expect them to stay. Okay, that was a big throw. I just assumed it would KO. My bad. It was not even close, actually. It only did 24. My bad. Overgrow is... And Pataya is a lot of damage. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Nobody make fun of me. I'm smart. I'm smart. I promise. I promise I'm really smart. I promise I'm really smart, okay? Nobody make fun of me. Nobody. Celebi goes crazy in this endgame. We're fine. Man, that sucked. That was very dumb of me. Okay. Now this is interesting because... Now this is interesting. I'm gonna go Gara here because HP Bug is being threatened and... I would be able to... Quake this to damage it. That seems good because my... Top priority, I think, is preserving Celebi, who 1v1s both Zap and Swamp it. And so in doing this, I think I've secured the game because I can go here and Giga Drain. Which threatens that, and Zap comes in and it still doesn't beat me. Because I Leech Seed here. And then... man. I'm really trying to throw this one, aren't I? What am I doing here? I'm really actively trying to throw this one, aren't I? I'm really trying to throw this one. How can Jim throw this one? Jimothy Coolest insists upon himself, says Crypto. Friend of mine from real life. You can't say that in my asynchronous. That's rude of you. I'm not self-insistent. Just because I keep saying that I'm smart and cool doesn't mean I'm insisting so. I'm just speaking the truth. What, fella can't speak the truth in today's world? Are you frightened of the cold, hard facts? Of me being smart? It's not... I mean, hey. Ice Beam selected. They were trying to catch me. Now I click Explode because I think it forces the issue. Yeah, we eliminate Swamp It. And I think you go to Celebi and you win the whole game. Swampert also wins the game. We have 2 Pokemon that win the game. We have 2 Pokemon here that win the game. Because Zap literally can't touch Swampert. And... Celebi just 1v1 Zap. Quite nicely regardless. We're good. We win. We win. I almost found a path to... I almost clutched Clutch defeat from the jaws of victory there and really through. But no, GG to opponent. The Weed Wizard, one of my rivals in life. I miss the new gym. What? They missed the old gym, they missed the new gym. So you missed the new gym, so I'm no longer the new gym. I'm the old gym again. I've regressed. Are you saying that I've regressed as a person? Back into the old gym. See, that's odd, because I feel like that's impossible. To be the new gym is just a constant. I'm always the newest version of self. I am almost the most recent version of self. I can't regress to an older form. That would, in itself, be the new Jim. Even if it's the same as old Jim, it's still the most recent version of Jim. You can't miss the new Jim. It's just simply not possible. I do believe that you are... Well, you're out of your mind, is what I would say to you. You're out of your mind. By the way, thank you very much to Drillium for ceasing his drilling, at least for a fleeting moment. Hello to opponent, by the way. Gimme Zenta. Hello. They would appear to be exiting to a Celebi. I'm going to mash. It seems auspicious. I'm going to rock slide the Zapdos here. If I may, I would really hope that it goes through, because a T-Wave could ruin my career. An attack raise is certainly an auspicious moment. That's big. We got rid of an entire Zapdos. That's going to be great news for my Gara. And speaking of Gara, I think Gara is about to get the setup opportunity of its life. We could also go to Septile. We could also go to Septile here, who would get subs up. I think Gara just makes sense, though. I'm going to dance, and it might be an early dance, but it could be a game-winning dance, depending on the position. It depends on their final. Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Surf, Rest. It better be, because it's raw. Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Surf, Raw is the set here. Meaning that they do not have Rest. I'm going to go Magneton here, and then Toxic. They might go Doug on my predicted Thunderbolt. They've just Hydro Pumped, which would have KO'd. Actually. Well. No, they missed another high. Forgive me, my mistake. I've gotten unlucky. You've gotten unlucky right there with 2 Hydro misses. I am stuck thinking inside of the asynchronous chat, says one asynchronous chatter. I think Sceptile is the move, because we can Endeavor the fella if it's Calm Mind. I don't think Sif is on the team. I think it's special off. Raikou? Oh yeah, Raiku's... Do I beat a Raikou 1v1? They might be able to get me here. A Raikou might be a problem. Does this work against Raikou? Does Endeavor... Endeavor still damages through sub, yeah. Well, well, this is awkward. Because, well, I think I Leaf Blade. Because if they are HP Ice, I think Swampert still beats this. I got a Leaf Blade crit as well. The crit chance is helping here. I'm going to sub. I think it might have been a mistake. That might have been a throw. Now we're in Overgrow. +2 Raikou. We're in Overgrow now. For what that's worth. Well, I can break the sub, but I think I might be finished, folks. I think I might be done for. Raikou in the back was dreadful. Raikou was one of the worst things I could have faced. It was terrible. Terrible. Well, they would have clicked HP Ice if they had it. They wouldn't have clicked T-Bolt. So they definitely have the means to defeat me here. And I'm finished, I think. From the Raikou switch in. I thought Sceptile would cover like any switch out, but no. Not that one. Not that one, because they can live behind a damn sub. That's problematic. Well. Is T-Ball more than our HPIS? I never... HPIS is probably more. We broke a sub, what that's worth. But it's not worth much, I think. I don't think it's worth much. No, not at all. Unless I crit every turn from here. No, that wouldn't even save me. GG, I believe. GG. The Raikou was devastating. Did I think I spent my Meta. Meta is the one that can sort of stop Raikou because it just has Earthquake and it lives one. The Sceptile regrettably gets a bit beaten by the damn Raikou. How terrible. Well, I am a person, says Chatter. That's true as ever. That's very true. Unless that's a robot. There's been a rise of robots in my comments. If you ever see a comment that's like an AI-generated Pikachu image, and then the name is something like Pokemon Tutorials or something like that, and the comment says something like, love your energy. This Regice video was great. Love your energy. That's a damn robot. You're not fooling me. That is a robot. This, on the other hand, non-robot. I love how sincere and happy Shabuzi is here. That's somebody speaking from the heart, because Shabuzi does look like he's just in his element. The Shabuzi looks over the moon. And that's a fact. That is a fact you cannot deny. To deny that is stupid behavior. I'm gonna go Septile here and try to maybe get some early damage with it. I hope that's not stupid, but we're gonna give it a go. Perish, huh? Interesting. It's Perish, Celebi. Furry. I happen to not be... This is awkward because I happen to not be... I'm gonna Endeavor this and then go Mag, because I think Mag... Thunderbolt will KO from here. It actually doesn't KO? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Well, it's in range of death from anything anyway. But still. Okay, hopefully HP Ice does 13, right? Wait. What kind of stupid statement was that? Wait, Leaf Blade does it 13. Wait, they times 4 resist Grass, for goodness sake. What am I thinking? No, it's okay. They did third layer. I'm not thinking straight. I'm not thinking straight. I'm not thinking straight right here. It's okay, though. Nobody speak to me. They got Arrow. We got Celeb. Okay, we're going to Endeavor the Celeb. We're really going to have to go aggressive this one, because 3 layers are up, for God's sake. That's bad. I think it's Pursuit Sif, though. That's good news. You know, Gyro could just go to the moon single-handedly right here. It's possible. I'm probably inclined to go Gyro because it's Spike immune at the very least. I'm slower than opponent. Right, I'm going to DD because they could... Yes! This is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want. The Gengar bait has gotten me through another day. That's beautiful. They might have a bad Gengar matchup. It's a Gyarados matchup then. If they're relying on that. This is Reginald. Okay, this will threaten T-Wave on me. We're going to go Swamp it. That's exactly what you want to see, man. And I believe Celebi can't take 12 from Earthquake and live to tell the tale or anything, so... Okay, they got Counter Reggie. This is certainly Pursuit Sif, unless I'm out of my mind, but I think... Even still, we have a Meta. We're not... And we have a Celeb. We're not entirely dead. That's Melot. That's Melotic. Okay. There is something to be said here for preserving Swampert as a Spike Sack. That could be good. And Celebi does come in pretty well. I'm not entirely sure, though, if that's smart or stupid. You know? I'm going to go Celebi. Pops up against my better judgment. Yep, I think it was a good move because they clicked Recover. Alright. Now here... It's interesting. I think you Leech Seed. Okay, Sif comes in. What do you reckon? If I Calm Mind, I'm like all in on this being Pursuit. And it could win me the game because I live their Crunch or their Pursuit. It's literally... Mono lose to Gengar, it is... This Registeel sucks versus Gengar. This Forretress sucks versus Gengar. They probably need Pursuit support. I'm going to bet the house on this one. Yes! We get the Calm Mind, and now we are honestly in an amazing... I could have even done another Calm Mind, but they might have been raw, so that would have been dangerous. The Calm Mind... The Astute Gym wins the battle with a Pursuitar call out. They're calling it clairvoyant. They're calling me as smart as anyone's ever been. They're calling me. The asynchronous chat says all sorts of cool things. Let me go to a different asynchronous chat message. Timothy Cool insists upon himself. 2024 for Shabuzi. Who's watching in 2014? Where's Shabuzi? Shabuzi this, Shabuzi that. All you guys think about is Shabuzi. Okay, yes, he's one of the most influential artists of our time when he said that everybody in the bar was getting tipsy. I felt that, but still. I mean, how related is Shabuzi to a Pokemon video? Now, Drillium has started his drills again. If you can hear it. Maybe you can't hear it. I can hear it, I'll tell you. The Drillium. They're doing important work. Don't make fun of them. Wolfie VGC's plant-based tenders versus chicken tenders with fry. Well, we've got to click on Wolfie VG. We've got to click on Wolfie's ones. Those are better. Okay, what is happening in today's Scrandle? They got question mark Sif on the... I have no information on the name, and the price is obscured. We're given only question marks. Well, Drillium, be quiet, because I'm clicking on the... Oh, they're also... Food Various just looked beautiful. Oh, they're zooming in on it. Okay, that's the air pie. This is a crazy call out. This is the air pie. This is either a burger. This is the meatball sandwich. I'm literally a Scrandle god. That was air pie. I called it out and I knew that was a meatball sandwich. They're calling me unbelievable. Water World or Bizarre Chippies. I'm going to click on Chicken Tinga Burrito. Never mind. It was not Chippies, it was a burrito. Zoomed in, this looks so bad, but I believe that the data is from non-zoomed in image. So do we think that the full image is bad or this is probably better? No, the sausage and beans, mate. That sausage and beans was a winner. Beans and Franks, mate. So Beans and Franks is actually an American invention. Or dang old Beans and Franks, brother. That's all I need. I'm going on my horse later. Let me pack my dang old Beans and Franks. We're gonna be hungry on the road. What is this little chicken? I think this is a chicken wing, and this is the chicken's like claw coming out of the wing. This is, I think that's better. No, the crab's nail and the sausage and chips, mate. This is cinema right here. This is directed by who's the fellow who made the westerns? Sergio Leone. This is a Sergio Leone shot right here with the one head, sausage head in frame and a fella in the back. I'm voting for it just on the cinematography alone. That was sausage in lump, man. That tells you a lot about what framing does. I didn't even notice that fella that was framed in the previous editions of Sausage in Lump that I've seen, but right there, when he's the focus, it changes the whole emotion of the piece completely. I'm going normal looking chips versus chicken and mushroom puke pie. Yeah, I don't think the puke pie is for me, personally speaking. It's just the Parisian sausage cob, mate. I'm in it. The hot dog with self-serve toppings at the free on a Norwegian cruise. Free on a Norwegian cruise. Okay, the disgusting looking goop or the chocolate. Man, they're zooming in on a part that really looks unappetizing. That looked fine when you zoom out. It's just a bit of sauce on the tater tots, but I'm clicking on cheese panini that was? Whoa, not cheese panini, anything but cheese panini. Okay, let's investigate. Let's investigate. Tater tots, they didn't look great. I'd probably the pack of mint arrows is for me. To be honest, it's I don't know if I like these tater tots. I don't know. No, I'm smart. Crab's nail is looking terrible. I won't lie. The sausage is not looking great itself, but it's looking better than crab's nail, which is a little bit yuck. And then we have burger, which is lost to sausage and bone loaded fries, mate. Yeah, I suppose this burger's looking pretty crappy. Let me just see it. Food various here. This is the most unfair matchup in Scrandle history. We have tiny little triangle of pizza, which, by the way, can I say, there's more pizza than the image suggests. This is just a guy taking a picture of one of the slices. Of course, in the box, there's more pizza, for God's sake. But there's one slice of little pizza? That's a terrible deal. Use your mind, man. There's more pizza. Didn't they give him the box and just a little bit of pizza? But, like, this food various goes up absolutely unbelievable. How much is it? $15.50 for food various? The chicken tenders, the New York slice. That looks like a good New York. Is that a New York slice? I don't know. When the pizza's big and greasy, it's a New York slice. The pretzel and the hot dog and some tortilla chips. What even is in this bag? I don't even know. Food various is the best Scrandle item in history. The value from a thing like that is unprecedented. Anyway, thank you, chatters. Thank you to everybody today. Another L for Jim. Hey! What the hell are you talking about? Screw you, pal. I'm out of here.